Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to our pre-match press conference ahead of tomorrow's game against FC Goa. Today's press conference will be addressed by our head coach, Des Buckingham. The drill remains the same as always. If you have a question, please put your name in the chat box. And once I take your name, you can ask your question. We'll start with Apurva.
Yes, good afternoon, coach. This is Apurva from Grand India. My question is to you that you have still 3 matches to play and the result is totally on your hands. So how much confident are you to get all the victories and also to certify the top 4 race?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. And Apurva first in, as always. We're now 3 games. We've won 3 out of 4. And I've spoken all along about making sure we took momentum into the final part of the season. And that's something we feel that we certainly have now. That's put us in a good position, firstly, on the table. And secondly, going into the next game against Goa. We have 3 left, but same as I said to you before the last one, it's very much just focusing on Goa and what's in front of our faces, because they'll be a very tough side. They've played some fantastic football all season. So we need to be set up and prepared for that. But again, we've come good in the last couple of weeks as well. And we need to make sure that we continue getting the results and the performances that we want, that puts us in a stronger position to finish off the season where we want.
Thank you, coach. Just another follow-up. FC Goa always have position on the ball and they always create chances. So how do you look to counter those?
We try to get some more of the ball ourselves and we try to create more chances. So no, we'll have a plan for that. You know, we know they're a team that likes possession. We've played them at the start of the season and that generally hasn't changed. They've always been a club that want a lot of the ball. But we need to be smart about how we set up to press that, as we did in the first game. And then we need to make sure that we put our own stamp on our game. You know, we're a team that also likes to have the ball. We're a team that likes to play in certain areas of the pitch, and we're a team that likes to create our own chances. So we'll look to set up as well as we can to counter that, and then we'll make sure that our playing style is as we want to create our own chances.
Thank you, coach.
Thanks, Burba. Ridhiman?
Yeah, good afternoon, coach. This is Ridhiman from Khel Now. So my question for today will begin with the involvement of Ahmed Jahu. So do we have any news on how he's doing and how is your team looking for the upcoming match? Are there any injuries or anything to be concerned about?
No, the first one on Jahu. So Jahu's scans come back and he's not too bad. So he could be in contention for tomorrow. The decision we need to make on him is, obviously, we've got 3 games left and we also have Champions League. So the last thing I want to do is put him at risk for a longer term. So we'll make that call with our medical team on whether or not to involve him tomorrow. But in terms of everybody else is good to go and very much looking forward to the game.
All right, thanks for that, coach. Just another follow-up question. There are different types of fixtures coming up ahead with 3 league games and then the AFC Champions League games. So how are you thinking of approaching all of them? So will the approach be the same to take as much as possible, or will there be different mindsets for different games?
Yeah, we won't be rushing into looking too much at Champions League right now. We will just approach every league game that we have left. And at the moment, that's 3. We hope it's 6, and that's what we'll be planning for. So it'll be making sure that we take as many points as we can from the final 3 games, which, looking at the table and the results that are going around right now, I think we're in for a very interesting end to the season all round. So we just need to make sure we pick up as many points as we can over that period and see where we finish.
All right, thank you for that, coach. All the best for your next match.
Thank you.
Thank you. Soham?
Hi, good afternoon, coach. This is Soham from IFTWC. So my question for you is, how satisfied were you with the performance against East Bengal, and how different have the preparations been this time for the match against Goa?
Yeah, sorry, I need to. So can you say that again? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. How satisfied were you with the performance against East Bengal, and how different have the preparations been this time for the match against Goa from the ones from the preparation against East Bengal?
Yeah, I'll have to get some Beats headphones or something to be able to hear these questions. But we obviously lost Johor against Jamshedpur, and we rejigged the side slightly to try and balance that off. And, Joel's a very influential player for us. So when we went into East Bengal, we tried something slightly different. I don't think first half it worked. We didn't play anywhere near as well as we were capable of. But the pleasing thing was although we didn't play as well as we want throughout the whole period of that game, we actually got better in the second half as players started to understand a little bit more what we were trying to do and how we wanted to do it. We only had 2 days on the training field. So we've got different options now about how we approach this game and this game only. Whether or not it's Jahul back in with Apuya or whether we play Vineet Rai alongside Apuya. We've got different options, and we see that in the last game where we paired Brad Inman and Casio together as well. So we'll just assess every game as it comes, and we'll put the best team out in the field that we feel will be able to perform and therefore hopefully get a result.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck for the game.
Thank you.
Thanks, Soham. Shalin from Inside Sport.
Yeah, hi coach. Hope you're doing well. So my question is regarding Bipin Singh. So in the last few matches, he has had many goal contributions, that is 3 goals and 1 assist. So how happy are you with his approach towards the games?
I'm very happy with Bipin. There's things like the Barefoot Investor and Moneyball. You look at his stats that we certainly get, and they're very high. But when you watch his play and the contributions he has, not only to goal scoring moments, but chance creation in the final third, they're extremely high and have been very valuable to us, not only this season, but I think he's continued on from where he left last year. But what I don't think you see on the TV is the work rate of Bipin, especially out of possession. The amount of work that he puts in to come back and defend and help his fullback and help the team defend, it's phenomenal. It's very good. So he has different strands to his play, and I'm very happy where he's at the moment. I think he'll continue getting stronger.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shalin. Just a reminder to everyone, if there's any further questions, please put your names in the chat box. Purva?
Yes, I have also another follow-up. Coach, you have played 1-6 in the last match and 2-8 in Inman and also Casio. Do you think that if you play 1-6 and 2-8, there are gaps in the fullback position? Do you want to give more importance to that position, because in the coming matches there will be some good opponents?
Yeah, I've never been one to get too caught up on formations, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 3-4, whatever formation you want. For me, it's more around principles, and that's what we try and base our game on. And regardless whether we play with 1-6 or 2 6s and 2 8s, 2 10s, or whatever formation we do put out, for me, it's about making sure we stick true to our principles in possession and out of possession. And that's the most important thing to me. And we do have different options available to us now. And again, one of those is going back to the 2 6s, as you've said, but it's making sure that whether we have the ball, we need to be very clear on what we want to do with it. And then out of possession, we need to make sure whether it's 1-6 or 2 6s, defensively, we're set up well, because we know, East Bengal were a good team and could have took advantage of that. And I'm sure other teams will look at that as well. So for me, it's more around principles than it is formation.
And my final question will be, how much important will be to win the midfield battle, as FC Goa always like to dominate the midfield position and they always try to go from there?
Yeah, I think what you'll hopefully see is a game between 2 teams that want to have possession of the ball and play a certain style of football. And it'll be a fascinating battle between both teams, who will try and get control, I'm sure. And then it'll be the team that makes better use of the ball. And that's something that we focused on yesterday in training, and we'll train again today before we play. But again, we'll make sure we're set up as well as we can defensively, firstly, to be able to press and try and dictate the game. But then it's important that we stick true to our principles and how we want to play with the ball. And if we can do that, hopefully we can continue on this run that we've shown with this momentum of, I said 3-1. We've won the last 3 or 4, and that's put us in a strong position now. We want to continue the season, picking up as many more points as we can.
Thank you, coach. Best wishes for the next match.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ridhiman?
Yes, coach. So a couple of more questions. First being, Bipin started on the right the last match, and then his finish was on his left foot, which was very unorthodox of him, but then it was a brilliant thing to see. So his versatility on both wings, is that something of a natural strength, or is that something you've worked with over the span of your tenure at the club?
I think now we have more than one option on the wings. We certainly looked at East Bengal and how we wanted to attack them, and we felt that by playing Bipin on that side, that he would be able to cut in and do what he did. Offers a different dimension to his game other than on the left-hand side where he can just go down the line to cross, and he's done that extremely well. So by playing him on the opposite side, it does mix up his game and causes problems for opposition. So with him, we obviously have Chante on the other side, who's very capable of playing on both sides. And then we have Vikram, who offers us a totally different dimension to his game and our team play with his pace and his skill set, and he's contributed very well as well. So again, it's nice to have those options available to us, and it will be very dependent, firstly, on the performance of the players and how they play, and then secondly, on whether or not we think we can get an advantage on what players we play and where to play them in those positions. So it's probably a combination of those, but I've been very pleased with those three players in particular that have played those roles so far.
All right. Thank you for that, coach.
Thank you.